And hello, everybody, and welcome back once more to Thylia. It has been a while. So, to catch everyone back onto steam to what happened last session, last we left our heroes. They had begun their descent into the Mithril Mines, encountering death dogs and cockatrices along the way. Upon reaching the main hall of the mines, the gang find the gargantuan corpse of a huge three-headed beast. Before anyone could get a handle on their surroundings, though, Atalanta found the elevator Vulkan had previously told the party about, and without hesitation, she pulled the lever and descended deeper into the mines alone. While the rest of the gang scrambled to figure out an alternative way down to find her, Atalanta explores the deeper reaches of the mines, eventually coming across a large salamander who claims to be the forge keeper of the Mithril Mines. He tells Atalanta that he is bound here by trap and contract to forge weapons for the dwarves who used to dwell here during the First War. However, roughly a century ago, the Death Dogs arose from the underground, forced the dwarves to flee, leaving him trapped here. But before he could elaborate any further, another large three-headed Cerberus skulked out from the darkness. All the while, the gang up top are frantically trying to find an alternative route down to Atalanta. Persephone spies a crack in the fathomless pit, and without any further ado, Opa flies herself and Caliandra down to investigate. Down in the forges, the Cerberus pounces to attack Atalanta, but is quick enough to dart back to the elevator again and ascend. However, just as she leaves, Opa and Caliandra arrive. After making a little more noise than planned, drew the now ignited ire of the Cerberus, who chases them back to the crack of the pit, escaping narrowly after being dealt sharp blows. The gang, now reunited topside, decide to face the problem downstairs head on and enter the elevator, now once again reunited. Arriving downstairs, the gang almost immediately engaged the Cerberus in a mighty battle that would have been a terrible and difficult task, except for through a very clutch tug on the tail from Jury, followed by an equally clutch clothesline maneuver from Nephel and Persephone, knocking the Cerberus into the lava pool, hurting it terribly on its own, but more importantly, bringing it within range of the flaming blows of the Forge Keeper. Weakened from its thrashing, the beast was finally downed by a pepper-reduced flame breath from Opa. With the Cerberus duly taken care of, the gang now stand at the heart of their first labour, divvying up a substantial bounty found therein. And last we left off, they had just presented the Forge Keeper with his ancient stone contract, which he shreds in a flurry of molten rock like wet paper. And as you stand there, the Forge Keeper, this large, imposing, flaming salamander, like, oh yeah, buddy, it feels like weights are lifted from your shoulders, you know? It's like when you get out of bed and you take a stretch. Oh, yeah. Okay, now, that's one step down. Now we gotta get me out of this pool. So, you remember this little...
to pull him out.
Remember the orb here, right? This brass-looking ball.
Yes.
Right? Yes. As I mentioned, this thing, if I try to leave, this thing will severely fuck me up.
Oh.
But I think if we plug the spigot that's pointing at me, I think it'll give us at least enough time to get the hell out of the room before things go kaput, you know? So yeah, gather just a bunch of crap from the ground and we'll stick it in.
That's what we were doing. Okay, yeah.
We gathered some spears. How big is the spigot? Is it about spear sized?
Like yeah, it's I'd say about 3 foot diameter. So like a couple of spears, a couple of okay, actually 3 foot might be a bit big. Like a foot diameter.
What? Yeah, you said there's a bunch of like garbage of like old like roasted weapons on the ground we can start stuffing in, right?
I think a meter.
Sorry, I'm actually trying to gauge size here. It's like enough to kind of fit.
How many Subway sandwiches is it?
Like I'd say about 5 Subway sandwiches.
In length?
Like
are we talking
in a bundle.
What's diameter?
I'd say like you could fit a fist up it.
Okay, so you're talking about the length of Subway sandwich. The length. The length is a Subway sandwich, and the width is like a fist.
yeah, okay. Arabic. Yeah.
Those are very different dimensions. Okay.
It's enough for kind of like a couple of swords and spears and just kind of crud crammed up it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Push some of them. Yeah, we'll push as much as that up as we can off the ground.
While we're pushing the garbage in, I want to look to oh fuck, I forgot everybody's names. Juno and Persephone, and be like, could you I hope this doesn't come off rude, but if we get more, I'm just smashing stuff in. If we get more of these adamantine weapons, would you be able to melt these down and create horseshoes out of them? Then you could kick people more powerfully, or would this be too I don't know, heavy?
Persephone's just gonna start rubbing his hoofs together. Like one would rub their hands together.
Oh God!
Like Mr. Burns.
Yeah.
How did you even balance?
Oh, you go your rear leg. Yeah.
He's rearing.
Clearly. Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's a clacking noise just echoing throughout this chamber.
This could work.
It's just an idea. I thought I'd float it.
Is that a thing that Persephone can do, Kev?
What, rear up?
As in kick people with adamantine hoofs.
You know what? We can decide on that if you get adamantine hooves.
We'll worry about that when we come
That's
to
a
it.
yes from him.
So you guys start just kind of jamming shit up this bout, right? As you kind of start forming a seal into it, you already kind of hear there would be kind of an inner ticking kind of whirring for the machine. You start to kind of hear that speed up as the airflow is starting to kind of get conjunct. And just as you kind of start to hear that speeding up whirring, you see it's like, okay, it's time to go fucking book it. I need everybody here to make a dex saving throw.
What?
You told me.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm loving these sounds. Oh, that's cocked. Oh no.
That would be a lovely 20 for me.
Well, the rest of us are warming up.
Maybe a bit too literally.
Gotta get the
Oh damn.
the dice jam off it.
Yeah.
That makes sense actually.
Okay, just so, because I haven't done this in a while, so saving throw is plus mod plus proficiency in charisma.
If you're proficient.
If you're proficient,
Yeah.
it doesn't take next to it.
Are you
Yeah, I'm
proficient?
proficient in
Dex saving
plus
throws.
2. Yeah.
Yeah, plus dex plus proficiency.
There's a special circle for saving throws and dexterity.
Yeah, okay, so
Well,
never mind.
Eric, are you proficient in them?
That's fine.
No, but I was thinking, maybe you
neither
got
are-
this. Yeah.
No,
well,
you
that's
only
fine.
get saving throws from your
Sorry.
class, so
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
okay,
don't
cool.
have it, then he doesn't.
That's fine. Yep.
Is that everyone? Have I missed someone? Dave?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's all.
That's all.
Rebecca
Okay,
got 22.
cool.
Yeah.
So, as the Forge Keeper shouts, book it. Some of you are just caught unaware. Nefel, Opa, Atalanta, and Juno, all kind of are on their heels, gone. Right, just kind of move further into depths or move kind of up towards the elevator. But Jury, Callie, and Persephone are kind of stunned for a sec, just kind of wait, what do you mean book it? don't quite move fast enough.
Bjorkish, I should have Bjork.
Mm-hmm.
Kira also is wait, what do you mean don't?
Oh, that bitch.
And the Salamander, the Forge Keeper, even though he said book it, he goes to he kind of flounders out of his thing, and you see his physical legs kind of splutter a little bit. He's like, oh Jesus, oh God. As he he forgets how to run. He's been swimming for 100 years.
Yeah.
And this thing just starts ticking and whirring and faster. You hear whining and scratching and creaking until this brass orb explodes in a violent eruption of ice cold frost. And hang on one moment.
Hope you all have your backup characters ready.
Oh God.
Excuse me?
You know, just in case.
Oh, you made it. You don't even trip.
Smug bastard over here.
And that is 15 cold damage to... Sorry, by the way, that was a DC 10. So everyone over 10. And that is 15 cold damage to everybody who did not make the save.
Oh, well.
I'm unconscious.
Guess who's fallen unconscious again?
Hey! Wait, if I'm unconscious, can I write verses in my poem?
when and if you wake up, I'd assume.
You got 15 cold damage.
Wait, did you say anyone who...
You're over 10, so you're good.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
You're good. You're good. So that's 15 cold damage to Persephone, Callie, and Juno. Jury. Pardon me. Jury.
Can
Too many J's.
I cast a prayer of healing? Please.
Yeah. So just as well. So you see the Forge Keeper looks a little bit kind of frozen for a sec, but he kind of shakes it up. It's like, jeez, that stings and burns.
Oh no.
Let me check. Okay. You see Kira kind of flows her kind of cloak over her, but you still see kind of like the ice kind of pierce her handle, and it's like, Jesus, birds. But so is it that's just Callie unconscious?
And Jury.
Nope. Team
And
Intimidation.
Woohoo!
Wiped out.
Team Intimidation is down.
The two of you just get frozen strikes through your back as your entire nervous system just freezes and you collapse.
Do we bonk heads? Because we were sitting next to each other. We were sitting next to each other for the Forge Keeper's talk, so I feel like it's just,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, you could bonk heads.
It's like the Frozen equivalent of like, you know, like those Pompeii things where it's like the two people are like in an embrace. It's like that, except for Frozen.
Yeah.
So run away, guys.
Yeah,
Don't even
so
trip.
if I could cast prayer of healing, it's up to 6 creatures of my choice I can see within range. Regain 2d8 plus my spellcasting ability. So I would like to do everyone who got hit, which was 4 people. Right?
Yeah. It was Kelly, Jury,
5.
5. And then is everybody else low on health from the fight? Who wasn't hit? Or is everyone good?
I'm still back at max.
Back at max? Okay. Yeah, just everyone that got hit with that, I will roll.
Is prayer feeling like a touch range, or are you like yelling at us from the safety?
I turn around and I yell back like, "Oh God!" And then you all regain 19 HP. Congratulations!
Oh my God!
Max! I went from max to 0 back to max.
Hard life, baby.
I also imagine he like blows a little kiss.
Aww.
Towards your general direction of all your bodies on the floor.
I'm sorry. My laptop froze up there for a sec. How much healing was that?
19 HP for all of them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Back with max.
Yeah.
Bitchy.
Okay.
Bitchy.
Okay.
You can do it, bitchy.
So the two of you on the ground and Persephone, who survived that?
So now that I'm conscious, can I write 2 verses in my poem for these unconscious bastards?
Yes, jot that down.
You kind of like eyes just shoot open. Oh God, I gotta write a poem.
Oh God, 2 of us went down. Fantastic.
Yeah, so you see so Persephone, you just felt this sharp cold pain, but you kind of shake it off. And especially as Nefel's kind of prayer just immediately radiates warmth through your body, warming you back up, thawing you all out. You see the Forge Keeper now standing outside of the pool, just kind of shaking the frozen solid clumps of like molten rock off them as they kind of ding to the floor. It's like, God damn it! You forget how to use your sea legs. You get a little wobbly. Jeez. Trust me, it was better that way. If that thing didn't go kaboom, it would have been shooting that ice at me for about 5 minutes straight. But
like it.
It's been taken care of. Okay. Remind me what the hell you guys are doing down here.
Well, wouldn't we like to know?
Would you like me to remind you?
We'd like to relight the mithril flames.
Yes, please,
and
Buppy.
you did promise that you would create some weapons for us.
That I did.
Okay, no, I can only write a poem verse if they're knocked out by an enemy.
Okay.
An object does not count as an enemy, unfortunately.
Sad face. That I did agree to that. Okay. Bear with me, I'll get this shit lit up now in a moment. And he kind of slithers then. I will repost the map so you guys get a good idea of where you're going.
I feel like an object can't be a villain if you're having like a really bad day.
I guess. Well, Kev, what do you think?
I'm gonna say no,
Okay.
with maybe the exception of minutes.
Of which?
True.
Of minutes.
Stuff that's otherwise mechanically.
Oh yeah.
Like
But like when your jumper like
counts
gets
as, like,
a door handle or something like
Yeah, like
that,
if you get
really
like
want
knocked out by a door, that's like
that's emotionally an enemy, but not mechanically.
Yeah. They didn't mean it.
Well, did any of you bitches roll a natural 1 on that saving throw?
Nope.
Okay, never mind.
Sorry.
So, just so I kind of have that up here for reference, so you guys can see. So, he slithers then out away from the pool, down towards the left, down towards the blast furnaces that Opa and Callie snuck through earlier. And you see him now moving, illuminating a glow as he moves past through this dead, dim furnace room as he slinks then, reducing his own body shape to fit into the hole in the middle of the room, on the middle of the floor. And as you see him disappear, the light in the room dims again until you hear a clink, crump. And suddenly, from the spigots in the walls, molten running lava starts pouring out, filling the furnaces, filling the tubs, filling the vats. A much warmer, lighter glow then illuminates the room. And now you are standing in the midst of the Mithril Forge, relit for the first time in centuries.
If only I had a means of capturing this moment.
Can I write a verse in my poem?
Kev, can we have a Kodiak, please?
Please.
Fucking Odyssey Gram.
Yeah.
Odyssey
You can post
Gram.
it on all like the Noah's boards in town.
And along with all of the other molten materials flowing into the vats, you see the shape of the salamander water slide style out of one of the spigots, landing with a splash in the pool. Only a small splash. No, like you won't save it. I won't roll anything.
Really fun.
As some kind of drips of molten material kind of fleck around, and he kind of props himself up as one would at the side of a pool out of one of the vats. Like, there you go. There's your forge lit for you. It's a marvelous piece of work. I really wish you could see the insides of these tubes. It's a thing of beauty.
It's really incredible.
Fantastic.
That word.
Now, I did say I would help you make weapons. There is an issue, though. I am not a blacksmith. The dwarves pulled me here to facilitate the forge as an elemental. I have not got the dexterous capabilities to actually shape metal. I can melt them, can't shape them. Doesn't help that they never really cool down when I'm touching them, right? So you're gonna need to find some. I can help, but you're gonna need to find someone with a deft hand.
My grandpapa.
Vulkan siger, at de hjælper os.
Yes,
Yeah, you
you have
did.
that
Yeah,
raven that you're meant to, or crow, that fucking bird thing that you're meant to release in order to let him know that it's all clear.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, lad, you did mention
Stephanie's just stroking the crow's chin on his shoulder.
Yeah, the crow kind of just looks. The crow kind of just looks past you and just like.
Yes, I have become fond of the two.
And so the forge keeper, Shire's like, oh yeah, you got a messenger. Okay. Well, listen, if you let that guy out the back door, he'll probably make it there quick enough.
Atalanta just goes to Bucephene and just like tries to take the crow off his shoulder.
And Busephene's gonna resist. It be his crow.
Persephone, you gotta.
We have to send this message to Vulkan.
Let me just say one quick goodbye.
You have 2 seconds.
Oh god.
Well, goodbye.
He just again looks kind of like sideways at you, one eye, and just like.
I don't think.
Busephene's gonna pick up a little bit of corn. Eh?
Oh, he pecks it. He absolutely.
Ah, goodness me. And I guess he just let the bird go. What does he do?
Well, I mean, you're still in a mine, but the forge keeper's like, yeah, you just use the back door there.
Yeah.
And he points, if you see towards the map, do you see the tunnel leading
To the
straight
stairs.
down from the lava? They look like
I could have
stairs.
saved this a lot of time.
Damn. Should
Do you head over that direction?
Yep.
Yep.
Uh-oh. My laptop just died, so I'll be back in a minute.
Oh
We're having
gosh.
Okay.
technical difficulties.
Did you not put it in?
That's okay. In that case, I am going to very briefly just take us into the intermission zone. So I'm going to give us the first, we'll be right back with the night.
All right, technical difficulties are fixed. So, the salamander, as I mentioned, pointed towards the entrance that is directly below on the map, the pool of lava, leading out. It looks back towards the falls. So, who is heading out there?
Atalanta is strong arming Bucephene towards the entrance. And he like shakes his head and shakes his shoulder and is like, I can do this myself, I can walk, you know. And she's like, well, I need you to walk faster. I'm surprised you're so slow.
Oh shit.
Definitely now voiced by special guest
not a runner.
Rebecca as well. So, as you make your way then down this final corridor, it leads you out onto not another set of stairs like above, but more onto what looks like a dock, as you now find yourself at sea level. You've descended far enough down that you are now at the bottom of the falls. However, you are currently now behind the roaring falls, being covered currently in the sea spray as it hits, cascading, colliding with the water surface.
I'm absolutely loving this.
And
It's fucking beautiful.
this
Do you ever
room
want to just
is-
jump in?
Oh yeah.
The room currently, like the dock you find yourself on, is covered with rotten barrels and sacks and boxes. But in the center is an ornate bronze lever.
I'm going to pull the lever.
I'm gonna stand back, but I also really want to see what happens when the lever is pulled.
So,
Real quick side note: can you see? Okay, can we see anything past the waterfall, or is it just
No.
waterfall? Never
no,
mind.
it's
then.
just a cascading curtain of water right in front of
It's
you.
like in
Cool.
Robin Hood where like the hideout is behind the waterfall, so we just see
Yeah.
the waterfall.
What?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
As,
Life behind the waterfall.
as
You
Opus
gotta get
struts
behind there.
over and pulls the lever,
Mhm.
ticking and whirring and gears moving into motion for the first time in centuries sound, leading to a mechanism of gears leading up and up and up to the top of the dock, where you see a giant stone arm that you didn't realize was over you as a roof, then suddenly starts to move out as it breaks with the falls, breaking the fall of the water, leading it to cascade aside, leaving you an opening, and you are currently now staring outwards into the calm blue sea of the Cerulean
Good check for
Gulf.
my boat.
Oh.
Just real quick, check if my boat's out
Make an
there.
investigation roll.
Oh dear. I'm incredible. Okay, 0.
You know what? I'm gonna look for the
-2.
boat too.
Does this
Callie.
count? Does this count for Callie's poem? Because I would love a verse about this. Would love a verse about exactly this.
Was that a nat 1 or was that like a?
Oh, it was a 2 minus 2.
It was a
Oh,
dirty
I
that one.
All right, I'm gonna also look for the boat. What am I rolling, Kev?
Investigation or perception, actually.
Okay, well, let's see what I'm good at. Where the fuck is my sheet? Yeah, I'm gonna go with investigation. I forgot this bitch can't see shit. That's a 13.
A 13, Callie, as you look out onto this gorgeous sight, sun high in the air, glittering off the water surface as this calm ocean lays out ahead of you. You are at a point in the Gulf where there is simply no boats around you. There's like you're in a bay which is only cliffs. There's no reason to come over this side. There, as most people would imagine, or as most people I suppose would suppose, there is no docks, which you have now found to be false. So there is no boat on the horizon. And as you're taking in the majesty and the calm and serenity of this view, you look over and see Nefel staring at a barrel.
I got some salt.
There's no boats to fill.
Oh, thanks for looking.
Atalanta goes up to Opa. It's
Mhm.
like, do we have to send a message with this bird, or do you think we can just release it and it'll get to Vulkan?
I believe that it is. Hmm?
Did he tell us?
Just actually for the record, yes, Vulcan actually did say that once you find the forge, that if you just release the bird, it will find its way back to him and will deliver the message as such.
Cool. Atalanta doesn't remember this and is specifically asking Opa.
Yes, I believe that we are just to release the bird, and it should be able to find its own way back. Yeah.
Right. And she takes strides back to Bucephene, just like grabs the bird with two hands and just like turns around and like flings it in the air.
Oh no!
Oh,
I mean, that's kind of how you do it, though.
Stephanie say.
And Bucephene is like, you could have let me say goodbye properly.
amazing.
And as you just fully yeet this bird off into the sky, it kind of flutters a little bit, spins a little as you kind of toss it, but eventually its wings outstretch as it flaps and then dives upward out of view.
Does the water look nice?
The water looks wonderful.
I'd like to get in.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same.
Yeah, so I will say, so you guys we're gonna take a quick kind of break from the roleplay for the moment, and I will tell you guys that you all know that no matter how fast the bird makes it back, Vulcan will, like, it was a 6-hour journey for you, so Vulcan will be about that long to arrive. Now, as it stands, it's about midday, so he'd probably arrive in the evening. So you now have 6 hours essentially to wait for him to arrive, which, first off, I will count as a long rest.
Mhm.
Right.
So,
Ooh,
so
So,
we have
wait, so are we going to sleep here?
I'm gonna take a nap in the sea.
again, I won't say like it's a sleep, but like you have like downtime.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Yeah, no, okay. Pool party. Excellent. Awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
the beach episode.
I want it noted that Atalanta is spending this time sitting on like a nearby rock, sharpening all of her weapons.
Oh,
That's how she rests.
Yeah.
And there's so many nice
Very
rocks to
siren.
sit on.
This is very calming for her.
But yeah, Opa and Fel, yeah, you get in. The water's like just right, kind of crisp but icy, and like just kind of what the surface has been warmed up by the sun. It's a beautiful, clear day.
The doff time for heavy armor is 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes and I will jump in also. There are a lot of clasps and shit.
Can I use taumaturgy to make it some neon lights, like like a real like
Fuck,
like
that's
a pool
cool.
party.
Oh yeah, like
Yes.
they're like the sun is shining down, so as you kind of thaumaturge the surface of the water, there was already kind of like rainbow refractions, and suddenly there is much more color as you kind of add prisms and prismatic refractions, and suddenly there is just kind of light exploding from everywhere from the surface of this water in a beautiful cascade of color.
Had like some toy boats or something to play with. This is the life.
Kev,
A rabbit ducky.
just to ask, are there any pressing destinations that are within 3 hours of us?
Not directly.
There was the Mossy Temple, but that's the other direction.
Oh, that's like
Yeah.
a day away.
Yeah,
You have your other two great labors in the old woods and the necropolis, but like they would be a substantial journey.
Yeah.
That is absolutely fair. And
We picked this one because weapons.
yeah,
Yeah.
did we?
Anna is the closest.
That's true.
Absolutely fair.
In what direction do we know that the basilisks, the monster things are that are planned, that are intended
They're at
for
a rock
execution?
outside of Astoria, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't know, like considering you know that Anora's to be sacrificed just outside of Astoria, you can only imagine that they're fairly nearby the city. which you
Okay.
are substantially far away from.
All right.
So, like, as far as you're aware, there's nothing within direct proximity to where you are.
Okay, cool. No, that just means I can relax. I just wanted to make sure.
Okay, I got all my shit off, and then I'm gonna jump right in. This shit looks dope. Anyway. Oh wait, fuck! My fucking jewelry. Hang on a second. It's going to rust. Give me 2 more minutes.
Can I
Cannonball.
I just imagine that, like, when Jury eventually gets to cannonball in, he does it so close to Atalanta that she gets covered in water, but like just one side of her hair is wet.
Listen. I'm staying in one place because it is a rule that it takes 5 minutes to take this whole shit off if you're focused on nothing else. So if you see what I'm doing and you don't move, that is entirely your responsibility. It takes 10 minutes to put on. I can't. I'm not going to leave it all strewn about the place. Otherwise, if something happens to us, it'll take me 20 minutes to. This is on you anyway. I'm jumping in. If you move, that's your business.
Oh, do I have to do a roll to see if I lost something? Because to be honest, it makes sense in the fella everything, so it makes sense if he lost something.
I'll check. I'll come back to you on that.
It falls out your pockets while you're in the water.
We'll do that at the end of the.
I left my backpack on. I didn't do any prep to get in.
Oh, no.
That just
We'll
saw
do that
water.
at the end of the rest. So you guys are, kind of enjoying the rest, enjoying the sea. Some of you are getting into the ocean. You at least spend like a few minutes kind of like together, just really taking your first kind of break. Like this is the first time that you've actually had a moment to kind of come down and like that isn't just kind of going to sleep. Like this is you've achieved something, and that sense of success, especially after the strife of fighting the Cerberus, you're letting that rest kind of soak through you. So
Hey, how long can you?
you feel victorious as well as rest. So after a little while of kind of frolicking and swimming, and you never kind of coming down, you see the Forge Keeper, who is quite noticeably standing just inside the entrance, definitely just trying to avoid the sea and the sea spray from the still active parts of the waterfall. Atalanta, you see him as you sit on your rock on the dock. You see him kind of like, hey, listen.
Yeah, she goes over to him.
Listen, if you want to get your Minotaur friend there, I think I got a couple of words for you.
Oh, for just him specifically, or
no, for the two of you.
Hey, everyone! How long can you hold your breath underwater? Okay.
Oh,
water, Jury.
Atalanta just looks
Wait,
over
what?
in, like, disgust at like Jury in the water and is like, it may take me 2 months to extract the animal, but I
Yeah,
will.
I'd get him myself, but I physically would die.
Yeah, I'd rather keep you alive for now. And Jack walks
Please,
off.
I'd rather that as well.
Yeah, so she walks off and just like stands at the edge of the water and just like puts her hands in her mouth. It's like, Jury, Jury.
Oh shit! It got in my nose. Yes.
Nice one,
Get over
Jury.
here now, please.
Oh, Jury, you lose. You.
Fuck. Anyway,
Depends on
does
whether
it have
or
to
not
be
you
now?
fell.
We're just sort of hanging. Oh, fine. Okay. Okay. And then I get over to my arm. It's like, okay, give me 10 minutes.
Don't worry, Jury.
You don't need the armor. Don't worry about it.
It was
Okay, I'm gonna.
effort, Jury. You can do better next time.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up my arcane focus just as we go back in, just in case.
Kev,
Yep.
I would just like to say that I have swapped out one of my cantrips as per the wizard thing. I no longer have chill touch. I now have lightning lure for until
Yeah, no doubt.
for the moment.
Tight.
Sick.
So the Forge Keeper kind of beckons the two of you in, and Jury, especially as you enter back in, you suddenly feel the heat of the active forge and lava that's running, and you feel the damp on your fur and your skin suddenly kind of start to evaporate very quickly as you quickly warm back up. As the Forge Keeper leads you in towards the blast furnace. Okay. I've been having a thing. Right? It's fair to say, I think we can all agree that it's been a wacky day.
It's been not as usual as most, for sure.
But the
Yeah.
really wacky thing is, right? I've been sitting in that pool for decades, right? And I was falling in and out of trance, and sometimes it was dreaming of being back in my own plane, and sometimes it was realizing the reality of my situation. But the crazy thing was not too long ago, maybe only about 2 nights ago, I got a dream that was different. I dreamt I was in it was like the Ignan plane, like the Fiiiire plane, but different to where I live. And I was sat before one of my gods, just this great big colossal fire elemental. And as I bowed and worshipped, he told me in Ignan that I was destined to help two people. And he showed me in the fires 2 shapes. The thing about fire is you don't get a clear picture. It's very indistinct. He told me that I'd be able to present at least a little bit of help to these 2. Now, one of the shapes, as soon as I clocked you, Jury, became very distinct to me indeed. But I've been taking the past hour to mull this over. I'm pretty confident that the second shape was you, Adelan.
Well, as much as I appreciate your male gaze, in this instance, it does seem to be useful. I have reason to believe that you are to help me.
It's funny how destiny works in it. So, I don't know what you great heroes are destined for, but I know I'm only a small step in this. And he reaches into a small box by one of the forges and takes out let me double check something. Sorry. Just make sure I have this right. Ooh, I should have checked this earlier. All my
Goodies.
tone, my mood, ruined.
Well,
A bag of Haribos for your boat.
A load of stolen cutlery.
Ah,
That's what I'm buzzing on.
how much pirate treasure I found. Not too far off here.
Here's a kazoo that sounds like a cow.
What? Wait, it's the people of destiny we've been talking about. We must find them. How I missed it, so.
Okay. So he turns into a box.
You're cutting out a little bit.
You're cutting out a little bit.
Cutting out a little bit.
And from fuck you guys. And fuck you.
Hey, there we go.
Fucking bitch mooks.
There
Perfect,
you go.
perfect.
And he pulls out of the box 2 shining gold with large ruby rings encrusted in it. And he presents one to each of you.
A ruby ring?
I'm okay.
A gold ruby ring.
A
Yeah, I'm
gold
gonna-
ruby inset.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm gonna like blush really hard right now and look at Anta like, whatever. No offense, I am a religiously chaste. Whatever marriage this is, absolutely not. What the fuck is like? Listen, I am like nearly naked right now. I am extremely uncomfortable, and like all the like fur parts are incredibly pink. Religious no.
Atalanta
This ain't a
Atalanta just like
proposition.
gives him like literally looks over at him, gives him like the once over, you know, that once over, and then just like her lip curls and is like, yeah, that's it.
Oh my god.
Don't worry. This ain't a proposition. To be frank with you, if either of you tried to get with this, your junk could melt to bits. Okay? Capiche? Nah, these are utilities. They are they're rings that'll help you, well, I suppose, be a bit like me. And as he hands them over to you, if you inspect them quickly, you find that each of you have just been gifted a ring of fire resistance.
Oh,
yeah, bitches.
Fuck yeah. It's beautiful anyway.
And as you both don them, you find the ruby glows a little bit, and you find your internal body temperature rises slightly.
Oh. Well, it was
As
hot
you,
enough as it was. But okay.
No, but not like a clammy hot, like a real kind of like warm, like a comfortable warm.
Or would you say like werewolf form?
No, not quite werewolf warm. Like a nice kind of card, like a nice card.
That's the next ring we're getting. It's
Yeah.
a werewolf.
So, I'll send you on like a stat block for it later. But essentially, whenever you're wearing that ring, any fire damage dealt to you is half.
Yeah. Time to fill in that resistances part of the character sheet.
The ever-elusive resistances.
I've never used it before.
Resistance.
I think I removed that one from mine.
Yeah, because it was.
Wow.
All right, listen, as I said, I don't know what kind of grand tasks you got before yous, but from the bottom of my heart, I can only wish you the best of luck. You know,
Looks
I
in
heard
the
you
eye
guys.
and just like, sorry, she just like looks him in the eye and is like, "Thank you deeply," and just like gives him a little like bow.
He's not. No.
is Atalanta bowing right there?
No, more like a kind of a little bit of a dip, not like a full bow, like a head dip, you know.
Is Atalanta dipping right now?
I heard you guys are heroes of legend. I don't care about legend, but you guys are heroes to me. And he
We're
fully
very famous
bows
lava
to the two of you.
creatures. Also, can't be like, we're heroes of legend. No.
Thank you very deeply. This is very
They got
this is very kind of you. Thank
They
you.
got the news down here in the mines, do they?
It came to him in a dream. Where were you guys for the lore dump? Yeah, thank you very much for all your help, and I look forward to being able to see you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Should we go back to the others?
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna go for a walk around the caves. I haven't gotten to do that ever, actually.
I would
I'm
ask
stuck in that
that
pool since I got here.
I would ask that you stay close by. We are under time pressure, and also I would help.
Oh,
it would be
no,
great
I'll-
if you could
I'll
not
stay-
loss.
I'm gonna stay in the cave. Don't worry. Anyway, I gotta clean up a fucking dog corpse. That's just gonna stick.
This poor mom.
And as you guys head back out to the dock to the rest of your party, you kind of, as you glance back, you see him just kind of hauling the Cerberus carcass back towards the blast furnaces. As you can only imagine, he is planning on just dumping it down the hole.
Yeah, he's probably fine. He probably doesn't need our help. I believe he's probably fine. I say to Atalanta.
Oh, he fully does not look like he is struggling. He is handling that.
Yeah, well, this is his home.
is
It's
very
his duty
big.
to clean it.
We did put that there is the thing, but we're not going to
Jesus
help, so that's
Christ.
fine. Is this what I don't wish to intrude, but is this with Versi mentioned something to seek out to the Forge Master for this, but let me tell you, I didn't think it would be this small. Is this what you were expecting?
Not quite, but it will be useful in my quest.
It's weird to have something so prophetic without everyone else here.
I was expecting more information, and it is strange that we are the only ones chosen, but I assume there are other plans for our common.
Nefel shouts out to him,
Oh,
"Hey, I
fuck.
can hold my
Hold on.
breath for 15 seconds."
Atalanta just shouts back, "Why don't you try 60?"
Okay.
It's, it's just
Sorry.
George, you
Okay,
forget
hold
you're
on.
holding your breath after
Fuck,
15
okay.
seconds.
Again,
is just
Jesus
funny
Christ,
that our
okay.
destinies are wound together that way, no?
If this is your attempt to acquaint yourself with me, I must tell you I'm not interested.
Atalanta, I'm religiously celibate. I don't, not even for a moment.
Well, people say that to me before, and yet
oh.
I take my vow quite seriously.
Salacious lore.
Now, if I've ever read a romance before, this is exactly how it starts.
Listen. I listen. I know. Perhaps
Classic
this conversation would
denial.
be easier if I had clothes on, but
Yes, I do feel that this seems to put you in an awkward position. Is it
I am
often that you talk
supremely
about your
uncomfortable.
nakedness and express such feelings to another person, or is this an outlier in your behavior that I should overlook?
Okay, you know what? I don't need to explain myself to you. I'm fucking running back out. Anyway, and I'm not saying a thing. Anyway.
Pissing yourself laughing.
Actually, sorry. This is definitely Kev's stand-in, but you see the Forge Keeper actually run pretty much back. Oh shit! Wait, two of you, come back in. Come back.
For fuck! Oh, hang on. Can it wait 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, I take the 10 minutes to put my armor back on, and then I come back in. Okay.
Okay,
He's digging for lore.
At this point, he finished tossing the server. It's like, oh fuck! I'm so sorry about this. I made a really serious tone. I thought I nailed handing you the rings. I entirely forgot that the ignorant gods off. This my ass.
You're cutting
I
out
was
again.
also told.
You're breaking up, Kev.
Good nap.
Fuck you.
Rude.
How much do
I
you
was
hate us?
I was told by the powers that be through the gods that this is not all you need.
Oh, well, I was wondering.
You guys need to seek out greater Forge Masters than anything that's walked through these halls. And for that, you need to head out yonder. Not metaphorically yonder, to the literal island called Yonder.
How do you spell that?
Yonder.
Okay, I thought it would be with an A.
No, it's just the New York accent.
Yeah, no, just making sure. Just curious.
I heard the dwarves talk about it. It's an island in China. Renowned Forge Masters themselves. They've made mighty things.
Do you know if there are any dragons on this island?
Not to say. I mean, I ain't heard of any dragons around here, but hey, what do I know? I've been in a cave.
Yes, true. You're hardly the most reliable source in that sense.
Oh my
Yeah, you got me
me
there. Anyway, that's the addendum. I meant to put that in with the spiel and the serious tone and mood. That's my bad.
Well, you've had a rough day, in fairness.
I know.
And you
Right?
still have 2 more dogs to clean up.
Wait. What?
So Atlanta's just walked away. She's walked away.
Wait,
Ah,
Atalanta, if you're
jeez.
there's I'm pretty sure that I know of at least one dragon. It's semi nearby. If you don't if you're not looking for one in particular.
Well, what
I ha-
dragon do you know of?
Fucking the shit king of Mitros. He like he I think he's resurrecting them. Like I think there's one there. That's where I'm from, but
Much about this king of Mitros?
I know that he sucks. Does that do anything for you?
Well,
He's the king and he's bad at his job.
well, aren't most kings?
Yes, but also if
Evolution.
your god is Valus, yes?
Yes, goddess.
It's her shit husband.
Well, you can say that about most goddesses and their husbands, but yes, I was aware. And what interest is he to you, may I ask?
I'm from Mitros, and he is not a good king. I'm an acolyte at the Temple of the Five there, and even though that's his wife's temple, he's fucking like there's a lot of issues there with the Order of Sidon and the Five and their butting heads, presumably. But the fact that this is your wife, this is a temple in your wife and your sister-in-law's honor, and you can't even keep its inhabitants like safe and comfortable. Like he fucking sucks. Like I don't understand why you would waste your time trying to with. He sucks anyway. And
Well, on that we categorically agree.
so like I don't know why you're looking for them, but if you want them, fucking go figure it out. I can't talk about this right now. I'm going back to the pool before I ruin my day. Okay.
But before Jury goes, she kind of like.
Oh, I'm already
You're already gone.
Okay, this is gonna
You're
take me 10
gone.
minutes, so I'm starting now. Anyway. I'm listening, but still clank, clank, clank. Yeah.
Yeah, so she kind of like gingerly tries to help him, I guess, get out of his armor.
Oh.
Like as you would a friend, not in a like weird sexual way.
Yeah,
I think we've
as
got
we
that
all
covered.
help
Yeah,
our friends
yeah,
undress, of
yeah.
course. Yeah.
And she's just like,
It happens.
thank you very much for this information. I think we should talk about it at a later date. I have questions.
Yeah, sure. Opa's also from Mitros. She probably knows more than I do.
Mm,
Well, actually, no, she probably doesn't. This is probably the one thing I actually know more about her than.
good to know. Good to know. Well, okay, I'll let
If
you
you want to ask
enjoy
her,
your
smart fucking horse. You could ask her if you want to guess.
Well, we had to have one smart horse in our company.
Joe
fuck
Echoing down.
So, I suppose I'll open up the floor. Is there anything? Is there anything anybody else? Is there any other scenes anybody wants to run? Just kind of while they're having this downtime with this pool.
I'm just preventing Nefel from drowning the whole time.
You know,
I
funny
keep
enough,
on, I keep
no,
on losing count under there. Sorry, you start again. Thank you. Could you
like
maybe
Michelle-
count for me? I have to get to 60.
Nefel is actually an incredibly competent swimmer. So
Yeah, but like when he tries
She
to
only
like
gets to
hold his
15 and
breath
forgets.
underwater for longer than he
Swimmer,
physically
but
can.
Yeah, my constitution is 0. Not 0, but like it's average 10, so it's 0. So I feel like holding my breath. I'm not great at swimming. Great.
Could
Not
we
breathing.
do like? Could we do a constitution contest on this? Because I do want to do
Yes.
this holding your breath contest.
Yes.
If anybody would like to join, we're all gonna see how long we can hold our breath.
Yes.
Anybody's
Yeah.
I
game.
would, as a player, I would absolutely love to join this.
yeah, I'll allow it.
Callie will not be
Go
putting the worms
drowning.
underwater. They might die.
Yeah, you gotta protect those worms.
What was the last thing that Bucephene did?
Oh, so Bucephene basically was just hanging around. I didn't give him any specific thing.
Your
to be
crow is
doing.
gone.
Your crow was gone.
Sad day.
You gotta fly the
will
nest
show
sometime,
you
you know what I mean?
the renowned skill of centaurs in water.
A swimming horse. Now that's a sight we should all see.
I can swim.
I assume, yeah, I think
I
it's
don't do I don't do Yeah, but they don't look particularly graceful, in fairness.
I'm just imagining this role is more just, whoever gets the highest constitution wins, not just, don't die, because we can all.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think we're like for
Oh, yeah,
friendly
this is-
competition, we won't
Yeah.
kill ourselves.
Yeah,
The
we're
winner is
accidentally
alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go for it. Roll con saves. Post them in the chat.
Come on.
Oh.
Oh, jeez, that was not great.
Oh, jury.
I know. Fuck. I was gonna use my
Oh,
fancy
wow.
dice, but I didn't. Regret.
Oh, same. I got 6 as well. Hey.
Oh shit.
I'm not gonna need to roll for this.
Oh, that good, eh?
No. Sirens can hold their breath for up to an hour.
Oh,
Could
dang,
I-
this was
Just chilling at the bottom of the fucking bay.
Could I
rigged,
do
I
it?
tell you.
I feel like
Yeah,
me and
you did.
Nafel, we start trying to splash each other underwater, and we're like, wait, what? And then just too slappy, and then we just have to get for air. Ugh.
May
It
I
was a good
partake?
contest.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Finn, roll it. Nad Constitution.
Cool. Oh, Constitution. Oh, okay.
Like Persephone's just floating there, just looking at
Can horses even get underwater?
Cars can.
I was thinking that Bucephene doesn't clip plop into the water; he splish splashes into
Absolutely.
Oh.
Finn,
And
question.
if you had adamantine,
Was that a nat
hoops, that'd be
one?
hell of a split flash.
That was a nat one,
the
yes.
splish.
Finn.
Oh my god!
Oh no.
I would like to write a verse in my poem as
It goes
Juno
immediately up your
drowns.
nose, and you just have you're coughing on the side of it.
Yeah,
Can
so-
Persephone come to Juno's aid?
No, hold on. I'll let you. Was there any before I continue? Anyone else? Anyone else joining in?
No, Atalanta does not believe in these childish games.
Kelly's
This
Maybe
is
gonna
because
not
you're
make a
how
scared
I-
to lose.
This is not how I planned to go.
Sorry.
Opa has very specifically joined in this game with the knowledge that you probably don't know that she can hold her breath that long.
Knowing she's
Absolutely
going to
don't know.
win.
She's a hustler, is what she is.
Yeah.
Wait.
Would anyone like to put some money down on this?
Okay.
No, all my money's in my fucking pants, and they're all the way on the rocks. No.
Yeah, Nafel will put down all 19 gold pieces
Oh my god.
for a good time with his friends.
He's too pure for this world.
This is what you get for
Okay.
making Opa try to get money.
I'm
You
gonna
wanna go
fake.
get it
I'm gonna
yourself.
fake it then. I'm gonna roll a performance because he's too good. He's too good.
No, if you win fair and square, you win fair and square.
Yeah, if you win the money, you can just give it back to Nafel. Otherwise, Bucephone wins.
In fairness, Nafel will probably forget.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you'll probably lose the money anyway. Probably, I don't know how I have this much, to be honest.
I'll sneak the money back into like his backpack or something later.
It's a very wet coin purse and a very wet backpack.
So
Alright,
wait.
so-
So,
Oh,
okay,
right
so,
there.
so wait. Opa can hold her breath infinitely
No, for an hour.
for an hour. Cool. So you ring her.
What if
Okay. So
Oprah received a hoof to the gut?
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
okay.
Just
hold
one.
it.
Even more of a
Hold that.
hustler.
Hold
Not that he's
thought.
doing that.
Hold that thought.
Mhm.
So, as you know, having fun in the sun, all of you are in the water, and Nafel and Jury have this idea, and everybody was 3, 2, 1. Nafel and Jury kind of are splashing each other as they do it, and eventually just like have to kind of come up for air
Underwater
fairly
works.
quickly after.
Hmm.
Persephone and Opa. Persephone, the horse part is actually very buoyant, surprisingly. So it's mostly just the horse
Big
having
one.
bent over. And
Like
you know
a
what?
duck.
Very
Yeah.
much like a duck, and it's holding his own until eventually, you gotta come up for air. And as you come up for air and swish that long, luscious lock back, you just see Opa fully upside down in the water. And It's a crystal clear sea as you look down, just kind of see her upside down, just like staring at you.
Ridiculous.
And Juno,
Yeah.
you,
Trixie.
as everyone
Trixie
else,
Lopa.
with the on the one, you, like everyone else, put your head down, looking to have some summer beach fun. And as you put your head down, you open your eyes and you kind of see the wide berth. It's a very deep pool of water behind you with a lot of like deep down there's a couple of kind of coral reefs. You see like the kind of the moss and the lichen running down the cliff face as the waters ripple from the fall from the remainder of the falls not far away. There's not a lot of sea life nearby. However, one fish really wanted to take a nip of that hiney as a fish bites you in the ass and you take 2 damage, 2 piercing.
Oh,
No.
2 butt damage.
I feel like that's psychological damage.
Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? Something nipped in my bum.
As you spring then back to the surface of the water before everyone
Your
else.
family was about? No.
If that was one of you guys, you better tell me now. Is that what your fingers?
I
or is
would,
that some...
I would never bite your butt without your consent.
I think I saw Bucephene near your butt, but that could just be me.
Bucephene.
I have enough butt for myself. Thank you very much.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I've seen you giving me the eye.
A wandering eye does not mean intention.
Oh, you mean you have like a wandering wang eye? Is that what you're saying?
Look, my friend, I have undergone a lot of deep training. I am trained to wander my eyes, and should they land on a butt, who knows?
I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. You're a very handsome centaurian. But we've only just known each other for like however long, I'd like to be wined and dined and treated like the fancy satyr I am.
Okay, I'm getting out of this water.
What's the way to get my attention?
So
Jurlanta's just like still sharpening her weapons, but just smiling to herself.
as we're all having fun,
Do I get that poem
reveling
verse, Kev?
and reveling and what?
Do I get that poem verse, Kev?
You get that poem verse, yeah.
Thank you.
That's gonna be a good
as
verse.
you have fun, reveling and laughing and joking on this fun beach or dock holiday. I think we are going to take a 15-minute break there.
Cool. All right, y'all. This is the second BRB of the night. I'll talk to you soon.
Look
What
to
did I
me
miss?
and escape.
That has not happened. Hold on one moment, please.
If you like
More
pina
just-
colada.
What'd you say, Louise?
Night.
Beforehand, I just realized that almost every session I'm probably undeservedly aggressive to. Okay, I'll type it.
That means it's juicy.
And welcome back.
All right. So, as everyone has their fun sea day, swimming, frolicking, having fun, enjoying themselves, really taking it in, as the day rolls on, about 6 hours pass as the sun finally starts to set down along the coast. The twilight glimmering along the waves. As you're all kind of still hanging out in the harbor, I presume, as the forge keeper pokes his head once more outside of the dock and is like, "Hey, I think you got visitors."
Okay, hang on. Give me 10 minutes exactly.
Here for a speech splash too?
I can't say I'm much of a swimmer there, lad. And out from the portal, from the doorway as well, you see the familiar face of the rugged elderly dwarf Vulkan, kitted out in traveling clothes with various tools hanging from bandoliers and belts.
Grandfather.
Right. Well, I keep that at a distance. So,
Oh, you.
I can't believe you did it. You actually reawakened the forges. Insanity.
You could say we really relit your fire, eh?
I think. Right, you did, lad.
Our love is your only desire.
You could say.
So come on, let's get everyone inside.
Bless you.
Oh, that was a sneeze. I thought you laughed.
It was
I
a
thought it was
laugh.
a scream, and I was really concerned.
Just made me.
Caught you by surprise.
I'll explain. It did. I'll explain later.
Okay, that's fine.
So after you all dressed, take the 10 minutes to rebuckle your armor and dry off and dress up, you all head back inside. And Vulcan's like, "Oh yes, this brings me back now. This is a while." And you see kind of the fortune. He's like, "Yeah, it brings me back too. You want me to get in that pool again?" He's like, from the bottom of my heart, I apologize. It wasn't my idea. It was the vote was outcounted, and we wanted assurances. I know what assurances you wanted. Don't worry. It's been too long to hold a grudge, and bygones be bygones. Let's not argue in front of the hearing.
That is very gracious of you.
For a fire salamander, he keeps a really cool head, eh?
I keep my fire on the outside. What can you say? So Vulcan is like, "Okay, all right. So I suppose you'd be wanting some. Work done."
Yes.
That was
So-
promised, no?
Aye, now, this is a mighty piece of machinery. Right? The things you can craft here are powerful beyond compare. The only caveat is to craft mighty weapons, you need mighty components.
Always a catch.
Always a catch, right? So, outside of RP, I, Kev, am going to kind of explain how this works. So this is, in essence, a forge. It is a forge, right? So with this, you can forge any number of weapons, items, materials, and it being a particularly powerful forge, it can also pretty innately imbue items with magical properties. But these things also, they're obviously, it being a forge, all of these come at a material and monetary cost. So I am going to drop. So the book actually gives a list of items that are pretty much kind of like given available. But if any of you ever find a particular item that your character might have heard of, or your character might know, or something kind of commonly known, bring it to me, and I'll kind of work a way of kind of having it be created. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to drop
That's
this
sick.
in. So this is basically like an examples list. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh.
Golden
obvi-
apple. That
Mm.
sounds
Obviously,
delicious.
some of these are pretty self-explanatory. Some of these are fairly legendary items that your characters might not actually know. And if you want to know them, I will need history checks.
Any explanation on what some of these do?
Again, probably gonna want history checks. But stuff like the +1 weapons, will imbue magic to your weapon and increase its stats. So like there is that kind of thing. And yeah, they're like obviously forges can improve your equipment already. So you obviously have, if I'm not mistaken, was it mithril or adamantine ingots from earlier?
Mm-hmm.
They can be imbued into your weapon for special properties.
Okay.
And
I think-
obviously, and obviously, like the like the magical items in the core rulebook can probably be brought in as well.
I am very intrigued by a Pegasus bridle.
Oh my god.
Why did you use it?
Do we even have gemstones worth 2,000?
Yeah, I got your gem right here.
Worth 2,000?
No, it's me. I'm the gem.
Okay. Jesus. Don't surprise me like that.
Don't sneak up with your charm on me.
So, as kind of Vulkan is basically explaining all of this to you, he's like, all right, so I am going to be taking up residence. Me and the Forge Keeper are about to be real good with rubies, right? I'm going to be tinkering away on a few bits here as well. So, if you ever need me or need anything, and he pulls again the crow, the familiar crow. This guy will.
Ooh.
This guy, like before, will act as messenger.
Oh, come here, little guy. You could not stay away.
The crow just kind of looks like a little past you. He's like,
Giuseppe pulls out another piece of corn.
he nips it. Absolutely nips it.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, make a quick animal handling check.
Oh, yeah. Dum. Where? That is actually 20, not natural.
It looks you
Holy
in the
shit.
eye. It looks at you.
Yeah. Oh my.
Right. So all you need to do is attach what you want, and any of the materials you need. He's a strong bird. He'll take what you actually need him to. Obviously now, and if, as you know, these things take time to build. So depending on the item when completed, I can attach it to him and get it back to you. Obviously, if the item is too big, you'll need to come here and pick it up. But we can navigate that as it occurs. Obviously, there is now the handy dandy dock right there. So if you get yourself a boat and you're on the other side of the world, you can just sail on right back here.
Where'd you boat?
You gotta find yourself a boat.
Yeah, I know.
You forged me my
Now-
greatest weapon.
Yeah, I was just, you read me mind, Pally. Just about to get to that.
Like
So,
that.
I was scouring through the notes, right? And, you know, as I mentioned, there's a reason Pythor never got this thing made. It's incredibly powerful, but incredibly difficult to make. And I've hashed out what you need to do it. Obviously, it needs to be built here in one of the mightiest forges in the world. You also need Pythor's hammer to actually build the thing.
Where does he keep that?
He usually keeps it on them, so I think if you ask, you should be able to get it off him, no problem.
Oh, do we borrow? Yeah, that'd be nice.
And, you know, if he sends you on this task, I'd say he'll oblige you. But that's not the difficult part. What else you need is... Why is this not loading for me? What else you need? You need a sword that is already infused with magical ability. Now, I can do that for you, not much of a hassle. But if you find a magical sword in the meantime, that'll do too. You also need... The really difficult part here is I need to get an orb of star metal. And I have no idea where
Sounds like you will not be able to pick that up in a black market anyway.
You won't find it in a shop. It literally falls from the sky.
I know where all the stars are, if that helps.
We all do, and they're just a little out of reach. So you're on your own as far as that goes. And on top of all of that, the raw materials necessary are massive in their own. So for that, I will also need 20,000 gold.
20,000 gold extortionate.
Hey, I'm not the business here. I got to buy the raw materials.
Not even a grandson discount, eh?
I'm not the one that gives you the discount, laddie. I've got to go and get them from someone else.
20,000.
Is that 20,000 each or as a collective group?
No, this is all... No. I need 20,000 to forge this one sword. Doesn't matter who gives it to me.
It's worth that amount.
What?
Would you accept goods worth 20,000?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, I could sell. I could use materials worth it. I could shield that off.
Okay, this is going to wave that jury over to him. How much an oxen do you say?
They're pretty rare in Astoria these days. It's a seller's market.
Oh my god.
Oxen won't cut.
I know buying up all the livestock from here too. Mithras would be a good idea.
Dave, I'm actually just going to shoot over to our chat, basically just the table outlining all of the materials for this.
Okay, what does Pythor need to enchant a sword with magic?
Vulkan is who you're talking to, by the way. Vulkan will need, for a magic sword, Vulkan will need...
Any weapon that has an ability attached to it is considered magical for the purposes of determining damages, resistances, and etc.
Essentially, all he'll actually need is a sword and about 500 gold worth of materials. And that will take him 3 days to forge.
Oh, this motherfucker. How much do I have?
Well, that only takes him 1 day. And can we craft some stuff in just 1 day?
Will he do? Can we do payment by installments?
Yeah. Did you divide up the loot? Because all I have written down.
Yeah, honestly, if you can funnel money, if you can gradually, I'll take money in parts.
Everyone split up the big loot we got earlier, and then I didn't take mine. but you should.
We found a bunch of money earlier that we didn't divvy out because we were thinking about how to do it.
Do we want to think some more about how to do it?
No.
Sorry.
It's,
I'm sitting pretty on 15 gold here.
Like,
And I know I
Fel
got
has
at least
more
one
money than
person
you.
60 gold.
If Fel
from the
doesn't
get-
believe in money, and he's got
As-
more money than you.
As I said,
We
There's
shall
no-
pay
you can-
by installments.
you can get it to me whenever you can. There's no hurry. And as I said, with the bird, you can drop it off easy. But this is what will need it. This is what will need to be done. All right.
Back to
So
the
if there's
question.
now, if there's anything anybody wants me to start on now, I can get the head start and we can ship it off to you. No, I don't.
what
I-
would be the
I don't
properties of
think-
the? Oh,
Sorry, as I say, I don't think there's anything that I could get done today.
That's fair. What weapon would you recommend if you were going to fight like a giant sea monster?
I mean, it'd probably help if you had some sort of a magically infused bow or harpoon or crossbow.
Yeah, makes sense. Rad. Can I have one?
God.
Well, I mean, get me a bow or a harpoon or a crossbow at about 500 gold.
Ah,
For
I
it.
have,
Always asking for money.
I have 19 gold and a whole lot of love to give.
Oh, I'm sold.
What can that get me?
Okay, so did anyone write down those platinum pieces that we found in their inventory?
I definitely did not.
nope.
I'm assuming either Opa or
I've just got all of my money marked down here. I don't think I've got
Okay,
anybody else's
so
separate
we
Do you
stuff.
want to
took-
refresher of how much, or do you have it written down?
I've got it written down. We found 56 platinum pieces, 125 gold pieces, and 389 silver pieces.
Oh yeah, I did the calculations here beforehand. It's Jesus.
And for Persephone.
733. Oh. It's 56 platinum, 125 gold pieces, 389 silver pieces.
Yep.
Okay, so that's
So if we each take a share and then have one communal kitty that we use through these overflows, and we can dip into that for anything that is for the good of the group, you know.
Because that's
Call
what
that
I was
the
saying.
fund.
Yeah, the Fells share can be the group fund.
Divided by
Maybe-
7 in total, each of you would get 98 gold and 4 silver.
Poof, poof. Yeah, that'll do. I think that'll be fine.
Hope I believe you were in charge of the group fund money, or was it Atlanta?
I
I
don't
know
believe
what-
it was me. I do not believe it was me.
It should not be given to me. Someone
Nor
take
me.
responsibility.
This
I'll
is what we were debating, having Nefels immediately go into the group pot, or keeping it like someone else keep it
We can keep
instead of him.
because we while we're traveling, I think we can safely enough keep it in the wagon. But listen, for any time that we're not in it, it might be wise to have someone mind it.
So
Mhm.
who is going to mind the Oxfam?
Oh, I'm volunteering. I'd be more than happy to let you take all the
I
money.
don't think that is.
I have
Oh.
plenty
Yami Jopa.
for baggage.
I will carry it if you want, and I will keep it sort of separate to my own funds, if that is what folk are happy with.
So we are dividing up.
Acceptable to me.
You got 98 gold, yes?
Great. Well,
Okay,
then
was that
he's going to produce his own loot,
Oh,
and he's
God.
going to pull out the crown.
Oh,
Oh,
right. You know,
Kelly's
that's
not even surprised.
the crown we saw earlier. That's crazy. You found another one? That's really lucky.
But Callie
Vulkan,
took it because
Vulkan,
Chris.
Vulkan takes a like kind of sees you and say, "Oh, that's. Do you mind if I have a look at that, laddie?"
Yes, I look but not touch.
I'm wise to your ways. He takes now. I don't know if I actually mentioned this or you saw it in the picture. He has one eye.
Yeah.
He's got a bronze eye patch kind of forged to his face. He takes his one eye and kind of squints it and just kind of looks at it. He's like, oh, it's very magical. Hey, that's a mighty find, I might say. I'd say you find the right buyer for that now. That did net you about 8,000 gold.
What?
Oh,
I don't even care about money, but that's a lot of money.
Jerry, do you know how much oxen we could buy with that?
It's an investment.
I have no idea, but we could fucking buy everywhere's oxen. Then we will be the only people who have oxen, and then
We
we could
are the oxen market.
jack up the price. This is all so rich anyway. Wait a minute. If the Pegasus bridle is cost 1,000 and 2,000 of gemstones, and if this is worth 8, whatever the Pegasus bridle does, we might get it. Excuse me, pardon me. What does the Pegasus bridle do?
Well, a Pegasus bride. It's designed exactly as it says on the tin. It's
It's a
designed
bride
to.
who happens to be a Pegasus.
Gotcha.
Not at all, laddie. It is designed to
Oh.
rein in a Pegasus, a notoriously wild creature to tame.
Well, then I'm not
Very,
interested.
very headstrong and independent they are. So it's magically infused to bend it to the rider's will.
Does anyone here know how big a basilisk is? I
Does
have an
anybody
idea.
know how big a Pegasus is?
Yes, because maybe we can use this on basilisk.
Oh my god!
You want to ride the
Good.
basilisk?
I'll tell you now, we could scrap the entire concept of the Pegasus armor, and I could retrofit it to be a basilisk bridle.
I must admit my own ignorance. I do not know how big a basilisk is, or how free-willed they are. Does anyone know anything about a basilisk? Because otherwise, I think this is our plan.
I know literally nothing.
Can I use my sweet animal handling roll from earlier?
No, actually, Vulkan is very world weary. He has witnessed basilisks in the past. So he kind of chimes up and is like, "Oh, they're pretty big, lad. They are. They run about 6 feet long and I'd say about 4 or 5 feet high. They're not small by any means, but they're definitely mountable. I mean, they're not really adjusted for it. They'd put up a fight, but you really wanted to.
It would put up a fight just like a Pegasus.
Well, a bit different. A Pegasus won't exactly turn you to stone.
You can't look at something that's on your back.
You got me there, laddie.
Are you suggesting what I think you're suggesting?
I'm not suggesting it. I am going to be honest. I did not expect to get this far in pitching my plan, and I assumed that Atalanta or Juno or Opa or just anyone who knows more about the wilderness than I do would still say that this is a bad plan. But the fact that it has not been said, it would wouldn't that be a glorious image? Just
Yes, but
one of us.
it's a bad plan.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Can you not see it on woven on a tapestry, or just one of us mounting this large basilisk while the princess lays ready to, escape mid-escape and just in awe of all her heroism?
Sure, best plan I've ever heard.
Look. Tell me, Grandpapa Vulkan. I can't actually hear it.
Yeah, what is it, laddie?
Your laptop dead.
Oh, he said,
What?
what is it, laddie?
Yeah. Discord's freezing up and I'm trying to open PDFs. It's not doing fantastic.
Would you accept a slightly used basilisk bridle if things do not go according to plan?
Wait, why would I accept it?
Would
If I'm
you
building
be
it
willing to buy it back from us? Resale.
Oh, that's a good question.
I mean, if it is already used.
Slightly used.
I mean, it'd probably reduce in value by being already used. We'd have to figure it out after I.
Depends
I
on how
inspect
bad
it.
it's
Depends.
forged.
Depends on how bad it is used. Yeah, like I could figure it out.
Well, think of it this way. It could be a valuable prototype, something which you could work on and refine if, all things and
Laddie, look me in the eye. Look, laddie, shut the fuck up. Look me in the eye, right?
Yes.
If I give it to you built and ready, it's been refined. Right?
Well,
it ain't gonna get any better if I haven't fucking touched it. If I touched it.
You could tell that to the next Heroes of Legend looking to be turned into stone.
And they'll be sure to. I've seen plenty of them. Now. So, do you want the bridle of basilisks or what?
We're having technical difficulties. Laptop number 2 has died.
Yeah, there's a lot of debt going on.
Guys!
Oh my god.
Christ.
Please keep your
laptop.
fucking laptops plugged in, please.
Guys.
My laptop is charging constantly.
There is a plug next to you guys beside the toaster.
There's no point. You're preaching to people who have their things plugged in.
Mine's plugged in.
If this is at me, my I stepped on my headphone cords, but I'm still here.
Dave, use your phone.
He doesn't have Discord on his phone.
God damn it, guys.
I can't remember my password.
Dave.
I know, right? He's just a summer child.
Okay, so there's a lot of discussion of division of money in the chat. If people want to,
Can I ask you, is there any special properties to the Zephyr loot that you have in there and the Javelin of Lightning? You think it best to look at the things that we can get now that might aid us?
Right, well, the Zephyr loot. That's, to be honest with you, that's mythical. I'm not even 100% sure I know what it is. To get an imp hair, a task great indeed, even for you guys.
we have nymphs here though.
Not like ye, as he kind of gestures to Nefel in Atlanta. No. No, you need a nymph hair string. It's a finely refined piece of craft from many hairs of several nymphs. It's something that has to be forged in and of itself, and it's a lot. You wouldn't be able to make it from the two of you.
What if we
Do
platinum
you have any friends?
from different areas on our body?
I tend to work alone.
Oh.
Kelly is full on pouting because
Yes,
Zephyr
I
loot
was,
sounds very interesting to her.
Yeah.
I felt
Callie,
so disappointed.
Callie, make a history check for me.
Oh boy, oh boy. Rolly poly, rolly poly. Oh, not well. Okay, this die is going in dice jail. History. 7.
7. Like, the name has been told in tales. You have no concept of what it actually is or does.
Sounds like cool instrument though.
If you want to spend time on a long rest to research it, we'll double check. We'll come back on that. So the what was the other one? The other one was the
Javelin of Lightning.
Javelin of Lightning. Let me just double check. For a start,
Does it drown?
for a start, you would need an Orb of Star Metal, which you do not have.
We can go to the market, see if we can find one on the way. You know, even as I say that, it seems unlikely.
I would just like to interject very briefly to ask of the rest of you how we should split the amount that we had found earlier on. You can see it in the chat, and just to confirm whether or not that would be okay with all of you put together.
Look, I have
As
worked
I've been
with many
whispering to
thieves in
you,
my
I
life.
think that works.
Yeah.
Equitable shares is the best way.
I'll give part of my money to anyone who gives me a hug.
No, Atlanta's gonna gingerly pat Belle on the back and like a semi-half hug.
10 gold.
Yeah, bitches.
I'll look after Nafiel's share and only spend it on things for Nafiel. How about that?
Yeah, I've put it with the 6 other gold pieces she's holding for Nafel.
Okay, so Callie, can I give you all the rest of the money I have then, which is 107 gold pieces?
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just gonna start a Nafel section on my sheet for.
Yeah, that's what I have.
It's 107,
Also,
including what we just got.
We must all protect Callie now because if she gets mugged, we're all screwed.
Yeah. But no, listen, it's just Nafel can both at night just lose money, and then also we'll just give money to anyone.
Alright, I'm starting my Nafel fund. Nafel has handed me all his money. How much was it again?
107 gold pieces.
Oh my god.
And I will just rub out that from my sheet altogether.
That reminds me.
You don't have to worry about it anymore. I do.
That reminds me.
Thank you.
Nafel, your long rest. Roll that d20.
Oh no.
Well, at least.
Oh no.
What has he lost in the sea?
Oh, I got a 3.
You got a 3. Okay.
Oh no.
Hold on. Now roll a d4 for me.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, I've checked and we do have a mithril ingot.
Oh,
so
nice.
We can make the mithril chain. It'll take 5 days, but.
A chain
and
is
the
a
mithril
regular
weapon.
D weapon.
I got a 2.
Mithril chain and mithril weapon.
As I said, you can infuse mithril into your weapons as well.
Yeah, like we have the mithril ingot, so we can do that. If anybody wants to.
2.
Vulkan, one more question.
Right?
Yep, I'm losing stuff.
We have to figure out what Nafel's lost.
After one more question.
Okay, go ahead.
No. You go ahead. I'm good with Louise.
Okay.
Are you guys figuring this out? No?
Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm literally picturing Vulkan with an actual catalogue in front of him.
Yeah, it's like an Argos catalog.
These winged Vegas, these winged boots. Could they be perhaps fashioned into some sort of horseshoes?
It could be. Aye.
Where would we get a golden fleece, though?
From my golden
sheep.
Do you know any golden sheep?
I know a few silver ones.
No, that's just a regular sheep. They're white.
They're just a bit old.
You see.
You can dye things pretty easily. You know, you just
What?
crush up some
What say if we
flour
were
thing.
to to infuse Atalanta's chakram with mithril.
Oh, that sounds
Mom.
good.
Sorry, what?
What say if we were to infuse Atalanta's chakram with mithril?
Yes. Yes.
I'd say
You-
yes.
Vulkan, like at the mention of that, Vulkan's like, "You've got the chakram, lass."
Of course. Jiag shows
Would
it
you
to
mind?
him.
Oh, what the? This is it's a fine piece of artistry, isn't it? And he kind of flings it as it kind of boomerangs around the room and freaking catches it. You know, they just don't make them like this anymore. Where'd you come by this?
From my hometown.
Famous. I know it well. Yeah, I could easily add this now. And do you know what? I could do a rush tab on this one, definitely. I could get it to you in a day. It'd still be the 500, but I could work hard on this and get it done for you.
Well, I don't like to be without my chakram. I'm sure you can understand. And she takes
Of
it back.
course. But I can
Okay.
promise you, lass, for the short time you wouldn't have it, it'd be worth it in the long run.
Well, perhaps when we come back after we have slain the basilisk, I would prefer to be fully armed in that sense.
Of course. It's up to you. You have the bird.
Yes, and I appreciate your offer.
I will let you know we are keeping the patent for the basilisk bridal.
I still
Yeah.
think this might be a good
Not
idea.
have exclusive production rights.
Hey, give me the word and 2,000 worth of precious gems. It'll be yours.
We see what the gem market is like when we get back to town, but I think we keep this idea in our pocket.
Persephone finding gems?
We found gems at one point, didn't we?
Did you like appraise them at all?
I don't think.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Opa's found a bunch of gems.
Somebody found gems.
Opa. Alright, we need everybody to check their inventories right now.
I just checked my inventory. I have a pearl.
Kev, can I roll to check my
I think it's
inventory?
Stephanie's been finding them.
What?
I
But it's because the crown is worth like
actually.
8k. We can buy gems.
Oh,
Stephanie
that's
has
true,
an
that's true.
amethyst ring worth 250 gold.
Okay. That's not quite enough. But yeah, like
Right.
yeah, we could sell the crown, and just buy some gems. Or a gem.
But I thought the crown was worth putting into oxen.
Wait, we don't need oxen, but
But our oxen market.
Is about diversifying our investments. If we make money from the fame we get from saving the princess, then maybe people will be like, "Oh, you're so great. How do we say thank you?" And then we say, "You give us some oxen."
That is a good idea.
we need to diversify our portfolios.
You know what never fluctuates in value? Gems.
That's true.
Is that
That's
true?
not true at all.
I don't think that's true.
It's not.
I have an
Black
old jeweler's kit in the wagon. We can do some appraising when we get back, if you like.
So none of us are actually getting anything made, are we?
I am, actually.
I am as well.
What
Oh.
are you getting made?
What are you guys doing?
So I'm gonna... Actually, do you want to take it first?
No.
Okay, cool.
Ladies first.
Yeah, Opa withdraws from her sort of bag. Yeah, her backpack. A leather-bound, very old-looking diary, like book, and she wanders up to him and sort of opens it up and shows all these sort of complex sort of diagrams and like scientific formulae and whatnot. And essentially she is looking to try and get a very specific, very finely crafted and specifically crafted like golden flower charm. That is worth at least 300 gold pieces. So I'm gonna be broke, but and having a way to affix that onto her staff. Now it would be a fairly small thing to actually have, like a small object itself, but it has to be made to very specific specifications, which I guess is why it's worth that much. So I think she takes to copying down the blueprints for it to sort of give it to him.
The inside of a wizard's spellbook is a thing of fantastic knowledge.
I would just like to point out, just for the benefit of the party, but not necessarily himself, that this isn't Opa's spellbook. Just to say. But it is a spellbook, it's just not Opa's spellbook.
Whose spellbook?
And
we would surely know that because we've seen her spellbook.
Yeah.
And I thank you for letting me survey the inside of it, even for a short time. It's fascinating to see. I can get you the flower. Of course, I'll need the cost equated.
Of course.
300 gold.
Mm-hmm. And
the simple gilded flower, I can do that fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm.
To affix it to your staff would take a little bit of time.
I think it's more so because the end of her staff is like sort of a ring crook and almost sort of moon shape, and I was thinking that, like, because she might end up getting more of these charms in the future, having sort of
Like
spaces for them to be affixed. Yeah, exactly.
I can fix up your staff to take charms, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
I can make that happen.
Like those old Nokia phones with the little.
Yeah.
Give me a short time with your staff, and I can get that sorted.
Yep, and she hands it over. For the moment, this means that Opa won't be able to cast any spells with material components unless she has them on a person. Until she gets the staff back.
Like I will say.
Mm-hmm.
So Eric, I'll come back to you now in a sec, but just I'll say, like, this like Vulkan is a master blacksmith, and simply just reshaping a staff would be a very simple task, and making like just an ornate flower, like an ornate decoration, incredibly simple for it. This will not take long.
Yes.
Like it's mostly like creating very elaborate constructs and infusing them with magic is the time sink. Like there is a plethora of precious jewels that he would have brought with him, or that would already be in the cave. So like that's not an issue.
Cool.
So this won't take long.
Cool.
And so he takes your staff and he's like, okay, I'll get this sorted soon enough. And you left. What did you had an idea as well?
Yes, just wondering, I have this maul here. Would your bird companion be able to carry that back if you were here to work on it for a bit?
A maul?
That's Jerry's weapon. It's like a big hammer, but it has a pointy end.
No, the bird wouldn't be able to carry that. No, unfortunately. So this would either need to be delivered back to you or retrieved from here.
Delivered back. Is there?
Is there a shipping cost?
Yeah. Is there a youth perhaps who maybe some little shit from the temple who might need an honest day's work who could go and carry this for me now that I have such a superior position amongst my faith?
Well, I suppose you'll have to ask the magistrate in charge of your faith. As he kind of eyebrows over towards Kira, and she kind of like flushes, like, "Oh, I suppose there is a small sect of the Five over in Astoria, and well, I always like to allow people to help where help is needed. So I think one of the boys over there could run down and collect it if you ask nicely.
They're wonderful. Go and earn the right to come home that day. Fantastic.
I'd like them to come home.
Well, things get. I'm starting thinking.
we all?
Maybe I'm suddenly thinking. Maybe my sect was a bit rowdy. Let's not. um. Yes, and hang on. A little something else, and then I'm gonna step a little closer. I'm gonna try and say it. So Kira won't hear. Like I'm gonna get in sort of close and be like, and if you can just check this part, and I'm gonna be like, could you make maybe like a bracelet or something that has like a small bird or a dove or something for my companion here? And I'm gonna sort of like gesture over to Kira a little bit.
Not magical or anything. Just a trinket, a jewelry.
Yes.
I can do it. I can do it quick, sharp. But that they for that it'd be about 100 gold. But
And how much would it be for my mall to
so
imbibe that
just
with?
so actually just clarify what you're looking for with them all. Are you looking to
Oh, I'm sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, to add it with mithril goo.
mithril +1? Yeah.
There's some mithril on it.
Yeah, that is 2. So for
Mithril
mithril,
Poosh.
the mithril ingot 200, and it will take 5 days. And he will have to have your mall for those 5 days.
It'll take 5 days. All right, might get to that some other day. Cool. Yeah, no worries.
But yeah, as I said, there's a variety of ways to get it dropped back here to be worked on.
No, I just.
But the bracelet,
Totally.
I can do that. But keep your wits about you. I've cards before. Don't let yourself get too invested.
What are you talking about?
Maybe just a warning.
Oh.
And
What?
he takes. I'm assuming you hand over the 100 gold.
Sorry, I just let me just I'm gonna hand over I'm gonna hand over 120 and so like if you could just make it a little extra special if you can.
Well, don't worry. I'll make it 20 gold special.
God, that was all my money. Okay.
That's real.
Right.
I'm gonna step
So-
back and just like, oh boy, that sure was an interesting non-transaction. I will come back to you when I can be without my mall.
Definitely a
What a weird thing to say.
Right. Without any further ado, I'm going to work on this staff, and just this staff.
Weird thing to
What is
say.
going on?
Winks
Very
is
weirdly
winks his
specific.
single eye very blatantly at Jury.
BucepheNEST
And-
is gonna like turn away, like, oh come
Get
on.
yourselves a good hearty meal into you, and I'll be back to you. And he descends then into the forge for a short bit.
Nice.
And as I suppose you probably take it's sundown now, you kind of take your evening meal. You hear kind of the hissing of the forge master, the salamander in the background heating metals to a tempering point and melting down ores as you hear the slam and then it's chiseling and kind of find like a lot of noise coming from within as the entire forge itself just heats up to a boiling point. And after say an hour, Vulkan comes out just sweated and charcoaled and presents then to Opa a staff now added with rivets and the ornately gilded flower. Brimming,
Oh, it's so pretty.
finely crafted with overlapping petals of gilded gold and platinum, with kind of tiny speckles of jewels as if dots in a stem.
Oh, but this is
Yes.
beautiful.
Yeah, that's so pretty.
Is even better than I expected. Thank you.
Now,
Is it a
I-
trinket? What are you going to do with it?
Hmm?
Where are you going to wear it? It's beautiful.
It is it's for something for later, with any luck. I've been trying to pull something off, and I feel I may have been missing quite the means to be able to pull it off in the first place. Wee bit of magic.
Nefel says, "Hey, I think you really pull it off," and winks at her.
Yeah, I think so too. It will look lovely.
so without any further ado, you have me bird, and I believe another one of my grandchildren is in need of some assistance back in Astoria. I think your job here is done.
Tis so.
It's getting late here. I'd say you'd want to reach Astoria by midnight.
I love traveling by night. Come on, guys.
The bell time to shine.
I'll lead the way.
I like Nifel for some reason.
So
There's so many reasons. I'm so charming.
unless there's anything else. So obviously, just before we kind of wrap up the nitty gritty of the forge, oh, actually, sorry, yes. So as he says that, he holds out a hand to shake Jury's hand, and palms the bracelet. Make a quick sleight of hand check.
Oh no, why would you make me do that? You know that's not what I'm good at.
Do it.
Oh, if only somebody could help you with that.
Well, okay, this could have been worse for me.
You see, like he puts it, like he's got a very kind of large, calloused hand, and you can, like, for those of you, like, none of you could spot it, but he had the kind of the bracelet, kind of rested into the palm, like the rivets of his palm, as he went to kind of like just kind of palm it into your hand. But I don't think you quite got what he was trying to do.
I like forgot about it in the interim, started eating oats, and was just like scarfing it down.
So like you kind of like, you're like, okay,
No,
I guess
yeah, see you. It was good. Oh fuck.
So like you're like, okay, I guess a handshake. I guess he's a fucking old man. And then like you feel the cold metal, and you're like, oh god, and like drop it, and then clink to the ground is this finely crafted band.
That's way too small for me and my fucking massive hands. Oh god. Does anybody see me?
Yeah.
Oh, everyone sees. That's
I want to
absolutely.
specifically have a perception check for Atalanta because she's keeping her eye on Jury at the moment.
No, like that. You don't even need to make a check. Passive perceptions absolutely clock this thing hitting the ground.
Even Callie's.
Oh.
What have you got there, Jury?
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
No, you dropped something. It's on the.
He's just a trinket for me.
Oh, it'll look really good with your. Yeah, it's nice.
Is it like a ring for you? Because it's quite small for you.
Why don't you give it a spin?
I'm not going to. I was going to put it on one of my horns later. I don't. Leave me alone. I'm gonna roll for deception for this. I love how this is going. No, oh my god. Oh
Kira,
my god.
I'm rolling
Kira,
dice.
Guess what I fucking.
Eric.
Yes.
Kira's going to kind of rock. I was like, oh, it would look lovely on one of your horns. Kind of looks you in the eye and just kind of flutters a little bit. Roll that deception again.
Again.
Help action.
Okay, cool. I'm using the fancy pink dice I got for Kira related rolls as well, and it's fucking okay. All right, now we're getting somewhere.
She needs to be involved for you to do well.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Does anybody want to contest insight on that?
Yeah, I got 11. Oh,
okay.
even Atlanta.
6.
6.
Yeah,
Nefel would
you-
like
Not
to run up
perceptive.
to Vulkan and stretch out his hand for a handshake as well.
Vulcan, your soft, supple boy hands are suddenly almost feel just scratched, shaking the gnarled insides of these hardy workman hands.
I'm into it. Yeah, great, cool.
As you like, it's a very firm handshake. It's like, "Aye, lad, you done a great job here."
Cute, you too.
But yeah, and just for the record, then yeah, none of you clock anything shady about Yuri. You fully
I'm kind of iced out in trinkets is the thing. Like this makes
yeah, like
sense.
Yeah.
you are blinged, and like you know what, it's gonna look great on your horn.
And all my shit is Kira themed as well, so it's definitely not suspicious.
It
Blends right
absolutely
in.
should.
I do like the idea of you trying to be really coy around Kira while wearing her merch.
Yeah.
So without anything else, I guess, you guys ascend then back out of the mines. Oh, sorry. So what I was going to say actually before that was mechanically, you now have the messenger bird, so you can transport most raw materials now back to Vulcan with an order.
Hey, you up?
Pretty much, like he's going to be here,
Always.
and depending on the item to be crafted, it can, like, if it's I'll say tiny or smaller, it can be flown out with the bird. If not, it'll be a request to come pick it up or have somebody pick it up, which obviously will have traveling times, and we can kind of work out as it is. But if you want any magic items, message me or let me know in game. I'll tell you what needs to be supplied for it, and we'll work it out basically.
Cool.
So that is what you get for lighting the mithril forges. So
Now that we've lit in the mithril forges, can I write a verse in my poem for that?
yes, you've achieved one of your great labors. I think that is
Fuck yeah.
absolutely worth a verse in your poem.
Yay.
So
Encapsulation.
as the sun finally sets over the Cerulean Gulf and the clear night sky starts speckling with twilight, you rise up from the elevator back out. You notice by this point it's been long enough where the forge keeper's kind of done a round of the mines as a whole. You see parts of the gargantuan Cerberus corpse looks to have been seared off and are now missing, presumably just tossed into the pit. And you see some remnants of things tidied up a little bit. It looks like they're working on making the place livable again. So as you make your way then back through the halls lit by the dim artificed candlelight, back out through the well-trodden cavern, passing by the entrance to the now defunct and empty troglodyte caves, you make your way now back to the trail leading behind the Archelon Falls once again, making your way up and into the clear night air. You breach once again to the plains atop the Archelon Falls. And I suppose you begin your track home.
Hell yeah.
I believe
Yeah,
so.
let's do a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to a story. Okay. So, as I mentioned, it's a very clear night. Very clear night air as you begin the way back. You know the way easily enough now. You
Misery
tracked it
and
once
happiness.
before there, and you tracked it once back, and you're walking along, reminiscing of the adventure you've had so far, of how it feels like forever ago that only yesterday you were in a dire situation dealing with troglodytes. How it's inconceivable that you even managed to face a beast so large as the Cerberus. And then reminiscing even of better times. How you how you're excited to get back to Woodhike, how you're hoping that Thickbug has repented for his crimes, and how how it's going to be good to see him, and you start kind of like back and forth about maybe seeing if you can get him in the princess outfit.
Definitely.
And as your trek continues on through the forest, you start hearing a rumbling sound.
Ooh.
No.
It's a familiar
Berries?
sound. The sound itself is familiar. It's not the first time you've heard something like this. It does. It
Is it
sounds
a horde
like
of centaurs?
but they seem to be moving faster than when they approached you earlier. And it is dark, and you are in a forest, so it is difficult to see from a distance. So you don't see them coming at you as you did before. And out of the brush, you see what immediately looked like the pack of centaurs you once met, but one cursory glance informs you that these are not Hirak's band. These are different centaurs with different markings, and they are not friendly.
Oh, rival gang
That
of
is
centaurs.
where we will end our session.
Oh,
Stephanie,
fuck.
Stephanie, say something.
Brains!
Comrades.
Lend me your ears.
We will pick that back up next week.
Cool.
I'd like to pick right now. The plan should be to just run away.
That's it. Okay. If anybody wants to say anything or do anything before we wrap up, I just want to say thank you for listening back to this in the future. Thank you for playing this game with me. It was great fun, and good job, Kev.
Thank you all for playing. It's been a pleasure.
You're
I'd
welcome.
like to say I like pina coladas.
I'm gonna call in the rain.
Yeah, I'm not
And
in
making love
yoga.
at midnight.
And the
Having
dunes
half
of
a
the
brain.
Cape.
Oh yeah.